and welcome to the Daily Edition. Thanks so much for your company. We've got a big show for you, but we will start today with sad news. Robin Williams, one of Hollywood's most loved actors, has died at the age of 63. News broke of his passing this morning. A comic genius, his extraordinary voice and character skills made him a favourite with children and adults alike. But behind the smile was a dark side, including well-documented battles with addiction and depression. To tell us more, we are joined by our movie man, Jason Jabba Davis. Jabba, this is just so sad. What do we know about Robin's passing?
It is sad. I'm very angry at the moment that a genius of this calibre could be gone from the planet. It is a dark day indeed. The Marin County Coroner's Office has confirmed that Robin Williams was found unconscious and not breathing inside his Californian home north of San Fran around midday Monday US time, obviously early this morning. He was pronounced dead according to the Sheriff's Office, who went on to say the original investigation shows the cause of death to be suicide due to asphyxia. So that still hasn't been 100% confirmed as far as I'm aware. They're having a press conference in about 14 hours' time.
Do we have any information about his mental state? He's been open about his battle with depression and addiction.
Well, looking back at his whole life, it's an open book about his battles with addiction and that he's had, difficult times. His publicist said recently he was, battling severe depression of late. So if that's the case and that's been the end result, then that's a tragic day indeed.
So we're seeing this is the statement from his publicist now. After 20 years of sobriety, Robin Williams found himself drinking again and has decided to take proactive measures. This was of a couple of months ago, we believe, to deal with his for his own well-being and the well-being of his family.
He said he was fine-tuning his sobriety. So as any addict would know, it's something that you're always working on. There's no cure for addiction. You're always working on dealing with those issues.
Jabba, Robin's wife, Susan Schneider, has released a statement saying that she wants her husband not to be remembered for his death, but for his spectacular body of work. So let's do that. What roles do you think he'll be remembered for, mate?
How could you forget those roles, Tom? I mean, what a legacy. Over 100 films. Good Morning Vietnam. Robin Williams won a Golden Globe for that film in 1987. That was probably my first introduction to Robin Williams. What a great role, and just incredibly played. 10 years later, he went on to win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for Good Will Hunting. They're probably two of his most iconic roles there. He actually had a lot of issues with Disney. He did the voice of the genie on Aladdin, but he insisted that he wasn't used in the promotional material, and Disney at the time didn't listen to him, and he was really furious at the time. This is one of his more iconic roles. They went on to mend the fences, and he was honoured with a Lifetime Achievement Award from Disney, so they mended the fences there. And then Mrs Doubtfire, again a Golden Globe Best Picture and an Actor a year later in 1993. This is probably my favourite Robin Williams role, and sadly there were talks for a Mrs Doubtfire sequel.
Every time you see those, you think, oh, that's my favourite. Yes. Oh no, that's my favourite. There's not just one standout role, is there?
Doesn't that say a lot about him as an actor? Jabba, he was recently, a few weeks ago on Twitter, still promoting. He's got 4 movies still in the works. He was promoting them, wasn't he?
Yeah, interestingly, he worked with Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller for Night at the Museum 3, which is out on Boxing Day, up against The Hobbit. He also had a movie coming out called Merry Frickin' Christmas. So it's, obviously it's going to be a sad time at the end of the year. We've got Philip Seymour Hoffman's film where he filmed The Hunger Games. That's also out kind of in November. So these guys are going to be remembered for a long, long time, and I hope we can do as Robin's wife wants us to do, and remember the good times and the amazing roles.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
Jabba, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Robin Williams, as Jabba said, was truly one of a kind. US President Barack Obama said it best. He said, he arrived in our lives as an alien, but ended up touching every element of the human spirit by making us laugh and making us cry. 7 News' Elspeth Taylor has more.
Born in Chicago in 1951, Robin Williams seemed destined to succeed. Voted most humorous in school, he became one of the greatest comic actors the world has ever seen.
My name is Dr. Phil. I'll be your surgeon. Oh, there you are.
At university, he enrolled in political science before switching to theatre. He spent his early years performing in nightclubs.
Brothers and sisters, can I get an amen from you right now?
Williams' big break came in 1977. He played an alien called Mork in the popular sitcom Happy Days.
Remember me, Mork from Ork? You once called me the nutso from outer space.
Producers were so impressed with his talents, they created the spin-off series Mork and Mindy, which ran from 1978 to 1982. By then, Hollywood was calling. although Williams' early films were box office flops. In 1987, he found critical acclaim with a starring role in Good Morning, Vietnam.
Also, the Pope decided today to release Vatican-related bath products. An incredible thing. Yes, it's a new Pope on a rope.
Known for playing quirky and offbeat characters, he won a Golden Globe in 1993 for Mrs. Doubtfire.
And leave the tea to me.
Williams had an amazing ability to imitate voices and improvise. He ad-libbed most of his lines as the genie in Disney's Aladdin.
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
Williams was also a talented dramatic actor who was often drawn to complex and troubled roles.
Because you'll have bad times, but that'll always wake you up to the good stuff you weren't paying attention to.
In 1997, he won an Academy Award for Good Will Hunting.
Thank you very much for this. I was sitting over there sweating like Marlon Brando after Thai food, and this is, I'm stunned.
Throughout his career, Williams battled addictions for alcohol and drugs, namely cocaine. He also battled depression. He'll be remembered as a man who could make entire families laugh out loud. Williams leaves behind a wife and 3 children. He was 63 years old.
And if you need help or someone to speak to, please call Lifeline on 13 11 14. All right, ahead this afternoon, more on the tragic passing of Robin Williams, including our exclusive chat with 2 of his closest colleagues.
But straight ahead, dating disasters, how to avoid a relationship horror story, what you need to know before your next date.